Hey guys, welcome to our Tuesday stream. Every Tuesday we come out here and show all the cool new books and merch that we got in. So we're starting off with Archie. We're starting with comics like normal. We have Archie versus the Army of Darkness, or Archie X Army of Darkness from Dynamite Comics. I love this book. I'm a big fan of I'm a fan of Army of Darkness, but I'm a huge fan of Archie comics. And I always like. It's been funny to watch all the Archie crossovers in the last 10 years. Have just been like Archie in a very violent scenario. Because it's very different from the normal Archie books. I love this. There's one knock I have on the book, and it's an Ash Williams. It's an art thing. Where it's about how Ash Williams is drawn in the book. He looks very much like the character from the movies. I wish he was just drawn more in the Archie style. But this book is fantastic. It blends the entire actual canonical history of the Army of Darkness movies and puts it into Riverdale and the Archie comics and the Pep comics. It's funny. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Sometimes these crossovers can be misses, but it works very well. I definitely recommend it. If you're an Archie fan, like an adult Archie fan, this is great. If you're a fan of Army of Darkness, this is fantastic. It's great to read it, and it's funny. It's dark, it's violent. It's kind of what you think this crossover should be, and it works very well. Next up is the Autumn Kingdom, the Wraithbound Queen from Oni Press. So this is a volume 2. If you didn't read the last one, don't worry. This actually is. I haven't forgotten about this series. Not in a bad way. I just have forgotten that what happened in that series when I was reading this. Like, oh hey, this is volume 2. What is so great about this is that you do not need volume 1. They do like a quick blurb about who and why this kind of story is set up. It's about two sisters, Summer and Winter, which is, I hate their names. It's just funny because it's about the Autumn Kingdom. You're like, oh, everything's seasonal based. What's really cool about the book is that you don't need to know what happened in the last one, because that blurb does it. And even if you skip that blurb, you can read this as straight up this is a cool story about two sisters that are trying to find their place in their own kingdom that was supposed to be destined to be theirs. So it's really just cool, big Sword and Sorcery stuff. I'm going to talk about more Sword and Sorcery stuff a little bit later. But this is really cool, a cool sister dynamic story and family dynamic story, and cool big magic Sword and Sorcery stuff, which I love. So yeah, if you definitely need it, volume 1, I'm pretty sure we have the issues. But you don't need it. It's a really cool book on its own. Next up is DCKO Boss Battle. This is book.
It's crazy.
It's out of this world. So, before I get into this, if you have DCKO on your pull list, this is in your folder for you, because technically this book is not a filler issue. You read issue 3, then you read this, and then you read 4. So if you have DCKO on your pull list, or if you're reading DCKO and you're kind of just picking it up here and there, you need this. You go issue 3, then this, and then issue 4 when it comes out. So you definitely need this. This book is bonkers. Out of this world. It is insane. I can't spoil this book, because if I talk about a lot of the stuff that happens into it, it would ruin the book. But I will. I won't spoil it, but I will tell you how it kind of sets up. So if you are reading DCKO, you kind of already know what's going on. I will not spoil DCKO. But it is about the Final Four having to go and collect more Omega energy before the final fight, because they have to now fight against the Absolute Trinity. That's not a spoiler. That's on the cover of issue 4. That's been solicited for the last 3 months. They were on the cover of issue 1. Issue 1's been out for a couple months. We knew the Absolute Trinity was coming. They need the energy to fight against them. How they get that is by going across the multiverse outside of the DC's 52 Earths and the Omniverse that is DC Comics, and are fighting against different franchises. It's fun. It's doofy. It's over the top. Of course, if you've been on the internet, you know some of the standouts, which is the Homelander Superman fight and the Joker Annabelle fight. This book is great. I love it. I just like that they did this. Honestly, I wish. I was talking to a bunch of people months ago about this book, and I wish there was other characters that they did besides these. We knew there was going to be more from the announcement besides Homelander, Red Sonja, Vampirella, Annabelle, Sam, and Sub-Zero. But what we really got was the only 2 we extra got was Scorpion and Sabrina. Were the 2 extra. I really wish we all joke that they will pull out some Dragon Ball Z nonsense because we were 5 years old and be like Goku versus Superman at the end. But they couldn't do it for licensing reasons. And I follow Kyle Higgins, and I was part of the live stream he did, and they would even ask, so like, oh well, Archie, were you invited? A lot of Image people were not invited for the boss battle. FYI. That's a little his live stream thing. Yeah, Image people were not invited. But yeah, this is really cool. I wish they did a little bit more characters. I really wish there's a part 2 at some point now that they explore this concept. But yeah, definitely got this book just because. And more multiverse stuff. We have DC AEW. As you know, AEW is wrestling. One of many branches of wrestling now. What's really cool about this book is that it's actually set as the AEW guys in their personas in the DC universe. So AEW, it's more like very classic wrestling, and that they all play characters in wrestling now, in WWE and WWF. But in AEW, their personas in this crossover are actually personas. Those are the characters. And it's really cool to see this crossover with DC stuff, and it's really cool to see it matters. It's, as a not wrestling fan reading this book, I wasn't lost going, oh, they're just crossing over all of a sudden into the main Earth, and then how? No, it's no, these are actual characters. The personas that they play in AEW are characters that wrestle in the DC universe and fight against each other. And then because of an event that happens in the book, spurns Justice League teaming up to go help them with something. I like the concept a lot. It actually plays well if you read Galactic Slam, the DC KO tie-in for Green Lantern. It's a really great book. If you're a wrestling fan, this is great. Just grab. If you're a wrestling fan and you want to try comics, this is a great introduction because it doesn't belittle wrestling at all. Actually, it's a really cool showcase of wrestling, and plus it's a cool DC Comics superhero thing. It works very well. So yeah, definitely grab this book for yourself. Next up is Dork from Image Comics. This gives off immediately I Hate Fairyland vibes, and I say that because this book is not for kids, despite what the art looks like. Really cool. Dork is about a high fantasy. It's a high fantasy land where he's called Dork because he is a orc and dwarf combination, one from the light side, one from the dark side. He is the destined child to bring the end to their fantasy world, but he just wants to hang out and do nothing like that and not live up to the prophecy. And he has a shield that talks to him that wants to eat people. Really funny. Great story. I love it. Like I said, it reminds me very much of I Hate Fairyland. I Hate Fairyland with that kiddish art, but with hyper violence. And they call him, like I said, his name's not Dork, but we haven't found out his actual name in the book. And it's really funny to see the dichotomy between the light and dark side, which they're just the same thing. They're just high fantasy monsters that are mad at each other. Really cool book. I love it. I definitely recommend it if you just light. If you want a fun, action-based high fantasy book that looks goofy and this is great. I would love to see this as an animated project. This is fantastic. I love this book. It's funny. Yeah, and it's cool. There's a magic chicken in it. And I laughed my head. It's funny. It's just a really great book. You should definitely pick this book up. Next up is Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck from Dynamite Comics. This is a miniseries. This is the 90s kid me Saturday morning mashup that I don't think I ever wanted, but it's really fun to see how this works. Because if you look at a lot of the crossovers that they did with Gargoyles, that they did a Fantastic Four one, it kind of makes sense because they exist in a human world. Where Darkwing Duck does not exist in a human world. It exists in its own microcosm of Disney characters. This works well because the linchpin is because it's magic, and magic is the linchpin, not childhood magic. No, it's actual magic. Magic is the linchpin in the story. And it's funny to see how a character like Darkwing Duck would interact in a human-like world, and vice versa as we blend the characters from Gargoyles into the cartoonish world of Darkwing Duck. I like and the art changes. The art definitely changes between the more realistic looking Gargoyles characters and the very Disney animated looking Darkwing Duck characters, and how it blends well and doesn't look weird when you look at it on paper. I love this concept. I like it a lot when you look at it from art and a story perspective. Also, Kid Me loves this because I watch DuckTales with my daughter now. and it just brings me back from being a kid in the 90s watching like cartoons and Disney, and I love this stuff a lot. So if you are a parent that wants to get your kids into this comics, it's great. Might be a little bit scary for like some of the younger kids because like of characters like Demona existing. But yeah, you should definitely grab this book if you're a parent, if you're someone that wants to get into comics for the first time, and you want something that like something that you knew growing up. This is a great book to grab. Next up is Godzilla Infinity Roar. This is the sequel to Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. As now, Godzilla's up in space and he's bonded with Null, kind of. It's a big part of the story of the bonding process between Null and Godzilla. And now Godzilla has become a giant cosmic threat. It's up to the heroes of Earth and allow the cosmic heroes to fight and stop Godzilla and Null from destroying the entirety of the Marvel cosmology. This book is crazy. It's fun. And I'm hoping Space Godzilla shows up, which would make a lot of sense. Or Ghidorah, which I think he's on issue 2, but that's just me being a Godzilla fan. Love this book. It's fantastic. If you didn't read the first one, don't worry. It's pretty much a separate chapter for this story. They've written this as kind of a standalone. If you didn't read Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe, Destroys the Marvel Universe, Godzilla at the end is shot into space because they don't know how to defeat him on Earth. Now this is going to be the consequence of that. If you didn't read that, you don't need to know that reading this. It tells you like, oh hey, Godzilla's just kind of around in space with Null, and that's the story. And it's also really cool to see him with the half merge of Null on there. It shows up a lot of cool cosmic characters. The miniseries will show up a lot more cool cosmic characters as the series goes on. I can't wait to see where this goes. Definitely grab this if you're a Godzilla fan. Next up is Night City from Dark Horse Comics. Night City is it's an homage to Superman, where a Superman, of course, it's a Superman and Lex homage between Dr. Zero and the Knight. But the story kind of flips on its head when you get halfway through, and he's a normal person named Carl who can get hurt, and then it flips back to the world of Night. It's hard to explain the story without spoiling it, but the Knight is a character who's kind of just tired of being like a Superman-like character and not being able to finally find peace. Whether it boils down like he can't even get like a good night's sleep because of his powers. And then he has dreams that he is Carl, a normal dude, or is it vice versa that it's Carl having dreams about him being this big superhero? And that's kind of the mystery of the story, is like which side is the real world and what's happening as both worlds start to blend together. I like this a lot. I think Matt did a great, cool twist to this the Superman mythos type of character, where like, oh hey, this is like both sides become unreliable in the story, and I like that a lot. That kind of heady, and it's not even overly heady. It's like, is the world what is your true waking world? Is it the dreams you have that are hyper realistic, or is it just what you believe is your world when you're awake? And I like that a lot as they both blend together. It's fantastic. He does a fantastic job juggling that concept. Definitely pick this book up. It's highly recommended. Next up is Love Ignited from Ignition Press. This is Ignition Press's Valentine's Day special. This is for adults only. I only say that because there's a lot of violence in it, because it's a kind of horror romance anthology. These are great. I love it. It's cool. There's some just straight up just regular normal sad ones. Some of them are weird. Some of them are like horrific. Some of them are crime driven. They take a lot of different genres and they blend it together very well, as any Valentine's Day special should. And yeah, these are great gifts for people that are are comic book fans in your life. They're all like, oh hey, Valentine's Day is coming up and you need a cool gift to give them. This is a great gift to give to somebody. Next up is Magik and Colossus from Marvel Comics. We'll say from X-Men Comics. From Marvel Comics.
You wish it was all X-Men comics.
Not all. Like, just give me...
Like 98%.
No, just give me more miniseries and, like, just 2 main titles. That's it. Which I'm getting now for Sales Tomorrow. But this is part of the Sales Tomorrow storyline. Magik and Colossus have gone back home now. And this is a continuation of the Magik series that just ended. Colossus and Magik are back home. And there's someone out there that's been hunting Colossus since X-Force. And we don't know why. We're going to find out. A lot more growth for Magik. She's become a standout character from the X-Men in the last couple of years. It's fantastic to read. This is also one of 5 miniseries. I'll talk about another X-Men. Just so you guys know, a lot of the Shadows of Tomorrow stories are miniseries. Besides Wolverine, X-Men, and Uncanny X-Men, everything else is miniseries. And Storm, I think, is ongoing. But I gotta double check. I think it's one. No, it's 1 to 5. It's 1 to 5. Really great. I love it. If you like Magic Colossus and like the brother sister bond and like a lot of the deep history the two of them have together, this is a great X-Men book to pick up. Next up is Planet of the Apes versus Fantastic Four from Marvel Comics. This is a weird crossover because I'm waiting for like the Charlton Heston, big Statue of Liberty scene to happen, but it's a miniseries, so that'll probably happen till later on. But the Fantastic Four are thrust into the world of Planet of the Apes with no powers to survive, while on the other side they are being hunted down by, of course, the apes from Planet of the Apes. They blend both histories very well. Again, like I said, I hope we get to the point where it's the Charlton Heston that this is actually the Marvel Earth future type of thing. I was hoping for that to end, but that didn't happen in this issue. But this is a great setup. It stays true to the actual history of the Planet of the Apes first movie, but replacing Charlton Heston with the characters of the FF. It's fun. It's over the top. It's Planet of the Apes with cornball nonsense. It's fun. It's just cool. Next up is Ripcord from Ignition Press. Ripcord is about a young woman who is hunting down her lost sister. What Ripcord is not explained in the book at all, except for one line, and it's like there's Ripcord heads out there, and that's it. What's really cool about Ignition Press though is that they kind of give you a blurb on the back of every comic book about what the actual comic book is. So I will tell you what Ripcord is. Ripcord is a drug that actually turns people into feral murderers. And her sister is missing because she's taken that drug and become one of them. So she's now our main character is out there to go hunt for them, and that's the story. Issue 1 does not showcase that at all. But the art's really good. The setup is really cool. Without reading it, I didn't read that passage until after I was over the issue. The issue looks more like just very much like a Taken, or very much of a found family story where she has to go find her sister. Really cool. I like that concept. Very adult, very violent. Really cool survival story. The drug aspect, like I said, I don't know what any of that has to do with it yet. We'll see. But I think that's a cool part of the mystery that will play out in the story. Next up is Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant from Marvel Comics. Another one from Shadows of Tomorrow. This is a continuation of the Storm series. So if you have Storm on your pull list, it's in your file. If you have Magik on your pull list, the Magic Colossus book is in your file. This book is about Storm and the fallout of her war with the Thunder War story. Now it is the war of the one above all, as all the Thunder gods get together and now have to fight a bigger god. Really cool. This book is fantastic. Storm is one of the top Omega mutants. She's one of the standout characters from X-Men. Giving her the spotlight, moving her to the godhood level is fantastic, and rightfully so for her powers and the character she is. I can't wait to see where this miniseries ends, because I have no idea how they're going to end this story, but it's really cool. If you like Storm, some more Storm content, definitely got this book. Next up is Superman Chains of Love from DC Comics. If you have Superman on your pull list, it is in your folder. Superman Chains of Love is a love story between the Creeper and Livewire, as the two of them duke it out and team up to fight against Superman. It's fun, it's weird, it's quirky. It's a cool Valentine's Day one-shot. If you have Superman on your pull list, it's in there, because it is canon lightly to the main Superman story. It happens, I think, before DCKO. But it's a cool story. It's a cool, fun. I just want to read a cool Superman story where bad guys fall in love and fight Superman. Cool grab. Next up is Supernatural Valentine's Day Special 2026. This also, if you have Supernatural on your pull list, it is in your folder for you. This is a one-shot. As the Winchester brothers are hunting down, end up in a town where there is a ton of divorce and breakups and love does not exist in the town. Funny, weird, dorky concept to be oh, why? And then you find out why this town has fallen out of. And of course, there's a big demon monster or a god or a witch or an angel or some sort of weird freaking supernatural thing. It's one of those things, but I don't want to tell you what it is. But it's really cool. If you have Supernatural on your pull list, it's in there. If you're just a fan of Supernatural, like the TV show, and you just want more of that stuff, this is a great one-shot to start, even to get into comic books and be like, oh, hey, I like the show, I want to try it without jumping into an ongoing series. I just want a one-shot This is a great gift for someone that's like a Supernatural fan that you like know, and you're like, oh hey, this is cool. This is definitely a great gift. And finally, we have Thundor the Barbarian from Dynamite Comics. We have a lot of Dynamite this week, actually. Thundor is based off of the Hanna-Barbera cartoon from the 1980s. I want to say 80s. Set in the world of year 1994. 2000. Sorry, set actually 2000. This would be 2000 years, so it would be year 3004. 3004. But after an event in 1994, in which a rogue planet passes between Earth and the Moon, Earth is destroyed. And now we live in a world of magic and super science and sword and sorcery stuff. And Thundor is a barbarian that has to survive in this wasteland of Earth with his princess and like his... It's not his pet. It's weird that they call him his pet. He's like a sentient person monster. I hate that he calls him that. Like it's like, to me, it's like Chewbacca. Like you're not calling Chewbacca Han Solo's pet. But it's Ook and Ariel is the princess. As they fight to survive. What's really cool about this book is actually this book, compared to the other Hanna-Barbera properties that Dynamite's been putting out, this is strictly made for adults. They swear there's a lot of violence in this book. They go, hey, this is a barbarian story. We're telling a survival, savage barbarian story set in this cool post-apocalyptic, reimagined high fantasy Earth. It's really cool. I like that as a reader. What I don't like is that you can't then read it to your kids. But I like this a lot. If you're a fan of the original cartoon, definitely grab it. You should definitely read this. It's fantastic. I definitely recommend it. Next up, we have two little things I'll do back to back. Is that we have the Planet of the Apes role-playing game now. There's two things. We have the core book and the expansion. You can play as humans or as apes. It's really cool. This actually takes all the lore from all the movies, what they consider the canonical movies, for Planet of the Apes, and like wraps it all up. You can just play like living in the movies. It's fantastic for you and your friends who want some cool and and all of the stuff is in there. It's really easy and simple to play. If you play D&D, the rule book's simple to read and understand. It's a D20 system. Definitely grab this book. You just play with your friends. It's fantastic. Stuck. We have Darth Vader and Friends. Little small book. These are great. Again, it's Darth Vader. It's Jeffrey Brown's telling of like fun little cool adventures with Star Wars with Darth Vader and various characters. We have Batman the White Knight in compact edition. Batman the White Knight is an alternate history in which Joker has taken over Gotham in a very legal sense. He goes mayor and he realizes that, hey, Batman's actually the bad guy here. And it goes downhill from there. And Batman's on the run. It's really cool concept stuff. This actually lasted 4 volumes. Second Generation Joker is the 4th volume. And then World's Finest was the 5th volume. Really cool book. I love it. I cannot recommend this book enough to everyone. You should definitely read it. Sean Murphy writes and draws this book. It's fantastic. And finally, for our trades, we have Batman Volume 2. The reason why I'm covering Volume 2 is because everyone wants Volume 2. This is Abomination. This is the Bane story. Bane's a big monster flesh man. It's like Akira. It's just Akira. It's the big flesh you see at the end of Akira. Scott Snyder has made every Batman villain and a monster from some eldritch nightmare. Except for Catwoman so far.
Because she's a hot lady.
Because she's a hot lady. But they're all eldritch monsters. And it's cool to see Batman, who's a normal guy, fighting. It's very reminiscent of the old school Batman where he would actually fight supernatural stuff. And be like, yeah, I'm cool, I understand supernatural stuff is supernatural stuff, and not this, like, new version of Batman. Like, magic's not real, but you have friends on magic. I can't stand it. Really cool. I love what's been going on with Absolute Batman. Definitely grab this if you are behind. We are getting more Volume 1s in. Grab your copy of Volume 2. They are going to go fast. And we have boxes. We have Spider-Man, Venom, Death Spiral. It's just the 3 main characters, which is Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man for the new event coming up, I think in March, actually. Really cool. Definitely grab this box for yourself. And we have Daredevil. This is the cover of issue 1 for the new Daredevil series coming up by Stephanie Phillips. Stephanie Williams. Stephanie Phillips. Sorry, I forgot. She's the one who wrote Jean Grey / Binary. Great. Definitely grab this book for yourself. And guys, that is it. You can go to our website, androidscomics.com, where Anthony's putting a bunch of stuff on there at all times. Check us out on our socials. Facebook, Androids Amazing Comics, Androids _ Comics, and Androids Comics on Instagram and X, and on YouTube, where this video, because it's long, will be posted. And guys, I will see you back here next Tuesday around the same time. I'll see you then. Bye.